What happens when reviewers run out of ideas to make videos on? The answer is, of course, tier list time. Yes, today we have a Chi-Fi tier list. Yes, only considering their IEM products. So if they make anything else like DAC, amps, whatever, those are not in consideration today. We're ranking these companies based off of their IEM products only. Now, of course, these are not every Chi-Fi brands on the market. These are just the ones that I've experienced enough of their IEMs to make a judgment. So if a brand is not included in this video, it simply means that I haven't tried enough of their products yet. And in the future, if this video is popular enough and if you guys want to, we'll do other brands outside of Chi-Fi as well. All right, without further ado, let's jump into a tier list and let me explain the tiers. Number one, as you can see, is Legendary. These are just amazing brands that release mostly amazing products with good quality, not just sound, but build and also good customer service. The whole 9 yards, they have a history behind them. It's just legendary company, all right? Number two is Solid Company, just solid, all right, solid. Next is Mixed Bag. So they release some good, some horrendous, just you don't know what their next release is gonna be. That's Mixed Bag. And next down is Cult. So brands that I don't really vibe with, but has a cult following. Some of them you guys already know, belongs right there. And last one is Outcompeted. Basically a brand that not a lot of people talk about anymore when it comes to IEMs, or their newer releases don't really stack up too well with the rest of the market, and they also don't have a product currently that is competing in the market really well. First brand, 7Hertz. Now I'm not gonna go in exactly this order, I'm probably just gonna pick some at random, but 7Hertz. Oh man, 7Hertz belongs in either Mixed Bag or Solid here because they release some awesome stuff, the Timeless, the AE, the Zero, but they also release some questionable stuff like the Eternal, the Legato. So, and the thing is, it's so wild, right? I mean, Timeless and Zero are like so dang good, and then the Eternal is like, so I don't know. Right now, I'll put them in Mixed Bag. If their next 1 or 2 release is really good, they'll get bumped up to Solid, but right now they're kind of a mixed bag. Next is Aful, and Aful only has 1 IEM out in the market right now, and it's pretty good. It's not a mixed bag, they haven't released anything bad yet. It's a Solid, for now, you know, for now. Blon, our favorite Blon, oh my god. Man, where do we go, Blon used to be in the mixed bag category. They used to release some good stuff. I mean, some is kind of over-exaggerating. They released the Blon 03, that was like the only good thing. Outcompeted. I know there's a new IEM in collaboration with Chris, but I haven't tried that one yet, so for now is Outcompeted. And even if that one is super good, it would go into Mixed Bag at most, okay? So right now it's just Outcompeted. Next is, this one's kind of hard to see, but that is BQEYZ. So it's just like, you can see a little bit of the Q, you can see the E and a little bit of the Y, but it's BQEYZ, just trust me, all right? This one's a cult. It's a brand that I don't find a lot of good IEMs that I personally like, but the people who love BQEYZ would chill them to death. It has a huge cult following, right? So cult, especially here in Japan. Next is, let's grab some random one. Next is TRI. TRI, I have not tried their newest release, but for me, they're kind of a mixed bag. I mean, the Star Sea was good, the Starlight was horrible. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in mixed bag for now. A really low mixed bag because their newest ones seem to be alright from, you know, what the community have said. So next, let's grab a random one. We have Hifiman. You guys probably don't know Hifiman did IEMs, right? They mostly are famous for their headphones, and their headphones are legendary, so good. But their IEMs are so bad. Just no, incredibly bad. Like it's so mind-boggling. I own so many of their headphones. I love them, and to have the IEMs be just night and day, like they're made by completely different companies, I don't get it. Next, let's do our good friend at KBear. Now, KBear is kind of similar to KC, CCA. They release a bunch of IEMs, and it's impossible for me to have tried them all. I've tried some KBears in the past, and some were actually very decent, and some not so great. For me, they're not completely outcompeted, but they're not mixed bag either. They don't have enough good ones to be in mixed bag, but they do have some following, so I'm gonna put them in cult. Dunu. my god, Dunu. They have some amazing IEM, the SA6, the SA6 Ultra, rest in peace. The SA6 Mark II, amazing. The Dunu Titan S. The Kima is also very solid. The Vulcan, solid as well. So yeah, it's like they have a lot of good stuff and they have some questionable bad stuff, but I think they have enough good to definitely be in the solid territory. Next one, random, ThiaAudio. They have some mixed stuff as well, like their Legacy series weren't that great, but their Tribrids are really good, like the Clairvoyance, Monarch, Monarch 2, Oracle 1. Their newer ones aren't that good though. The Oracle Mark 2, the Prestige is kind of meh. They used to be in the solid tier, to be honest, but as of recently, they're more of a mixed bag. You don't know what they're gonna release next. Next is FiiO, and man, you guys know where this goes. You guys know where this goes. It's not outcompeted. It's high tier cult. Yeah, there's so much following behind the FiiO brand. It's insane, and the FiiO fanboys will attack anyone who kind of disagree with them, and it is fine. The branding is just so dang strong, and that's just like one of FiiO's strong points in the market, right? FiiO. Now, I've only tried 2 of FiiO IEMs. I know they have like 3 or something, but they're definitely a mixed bag. I mean, they have the Gaia, which is fantastic, and the other 2, which are like Next, let's do the Hiby and Hidiz, the 2 brands that focus a lot more on their players as opposed to their IEMs, which results in their IEMs kind of being iffy. And I don't think they have a cult following for their IEMs either. Their players and sources are more what they're known for. Next, let's go with IKKO. They have some good ones like the OH10. And that's it. That's it. That's the only one I like from them. Kinera IEMs. Kinera IEMs I love for the beauty of them. They make beautiful shells, beautiful resin shells, hand-painted arts, and their whole theme of Norse mythology hits home for me because I love those nerdy things. But their IEMs in terms of quality versus price is a little harsh. Yeah, so I would say right now, they are outcompeted. Hopefully they get brought back up. I'm really cheering for Kinera because a soft spot in my heart for Norse mythology, and also that they're the first brand that I bought an endgame IEM from. Next is KiwiEars. KiwiEars, man, they release some awesome stuff. The original Orchestra, banger, amazing. Cadenza came a little late. It came in a very competitive cheapie market. Still good, but doesn't compete with like Zero, Ola, you know, etc. Orchestra Light, also pretty solid. So I would say, man, they're solid. they're solid in all definitions of solid. Next is KZ, and by extension also CCA, because same company. KC is, you know, before the release of the Linglong and the ZVX, I would put them in outcompete, like easily. Or maybe cult, because it has a huge cult following. But after the release of CVX and Linglong, I'm not sure, because those 2 are quite good and they maybe belong in mixed bag. Are they good enough to be in mixed bag though? Like, we compare them to ThiaAudio, 7Hz, FiiO, TRI. High cult, almost to mixed bag. KC, keep doing your thing, keep releasing good IEMs and you'll get bumped up to mixed bag. Next is Rose Technics. Now, you guys know this brand for 3 IEMs mainly. I even forgot all the names because all the names are quite complicated. They only have 1 good model. So yeah, outcompete easily. Next is Letshuoer. Oh, Letshuoer. I don't know this brand. Do you guys know this brand, Letshuoer? They have the S12, they have the Cadenza, the C12, the S12 Pro. Most of those are kind of just S12s. And of course they have the Galileo, which is mine. So trying to be the least biased possible with Letshuoer, and I would put them in mixed bag. All their other ones kind of fall by the wayside. D13, Soloists, all the other ones fall by the wayside. They had 1 really good model in EJ07M kind of lava, and I guess also EJ07M is still good, but still, it's not enough. Not enough to put them in the solid tier. Next, we have Xeens, and for those of you who've been in the community for a long time, you guys might know this brand as Mangurt, with the original Mangurt T1 and Mangurt T2, Mangurt Up. It's called Xeens now. Before the release of the Xeens Top, I would easily put this in cult. But since the release of the Xeens Top, I would still put it in cult. I mean, they only have one good model so far. Centops is amazing, yes, but the rest of them, you know, it's still kind of culty. Next brand is Tangzu, and Tangzu has one It has Seishin Wu, rest in peace, Seishin Wu Heyday, which is really good as well. But they also have IEMs like the Yuan Li, which is, you know, kind of meh, and also the Shimin Li and Shimin Li Encounter, which both were kind of meh. So mixed bag, I think, is appropriate. Next company we have TRN. Oh man, TRN. I don't like any IEMs from TRN at the moment, and I don't think they have a cult following either. So right now I would say outcompete. Next is TinHifi, and TinHifi, man, what an old company. They have the T2, of course, T2 Plus back in the day, T4, T4 Plus, T3. T3 was kind of bad, T2 Pro was bad, T3 Plus was decent, and their new C5 was not so great, but the other ones like C2, C3 has some following behind them. They have some good ones, they have some bad ones. They're not a cult. I wouldn't say they're outcompete because some of their newer models today still have like followers, so I would say mixed bag. Next, let's talk about the big boy, Unique Melody. Unique Melody. They have the MES 2, which is competing right now as one of the end game of choice for a lot of people. Mixed bag or cult? There's definitely a lot of following for Unique Melody stuff, and I think most of them are not great at all, only for like the MES series. So mixed bag, I'll put them in mixed bag for now, because you really don't know what they're gonna release. It could be good, it could be bad, but they're so close to being pulled down to cult, man, so close. Next is QDC. They have the VX, the V14, the Gemini, some of my favorite IEMs out there on the market today, but they also release a bunch of random stuff as well, like the Folk S and the a lot of their older models, which are not so great. So I would say they're a mixed bag because I can't put them in solid because I have no clue if their next release is gonna be decent or not. Like for Dunu, for KiwiEars, for Aful, I know they're at least gonna be decent IEMs when they release something, right? On a rare occasion, they might mess up and release something bad, but those three brands are pretty solid, reliable for new items. But QDC, I would say mixed bag, but a little more high tier. They don't release that much and their releases are generally good, so far at least. Next is Simgot. Simgot is a rather new company. We have the EA500, which is a cult favorite right now amongst a lot of people. But that's kind of the only model that I remember was good. They had their new $19 IEM, which I haven't tried, but the graph looks kind of nice, so maybe that's good. But for now, out of everything that I've tried, the EA500 is the only decent one, so I'm gonna put it in mixed bag for now. Next is Yanyin, and Yanyin, I only like the Moonlight and the Mahina, which is basically a basey Moonlight. For now, I think they're completely outcompeted. I mean, even the Moonlight and the Mahina, even though they're great, they're priced really high. Actually, I changed my mind. They're in cult because there's following around the Aladdin, the other one, I forgot the name, Canon, I think, and also the Moonlight as well. So there are cult following around this brand, and you know, they do have some decent ones, so cult it is. Next, we have Tanchjim. Tanchjim, man. They release some decent stuff. They also release some questionable things as well. I mean, I think this is a mixed bag in every sense of the word mixed bag. You don't know if their next one's gonna be good or not, but there's a chance of it being awesome, and then there's a chance of it being forgettable. All right, I saved 4 of the big boys for last. Let's start with SeeAudio, and I think this brand just released solid IEMs. I love the Yume Midnight, Yume 2. I like the Miyu, I like the Neo. Kaguya was the only kind of iffy one, but you can argue that one is good, it's just overpriced. So yeah, SeeAudio is a solid brand, man. Next one is Softears. Softears, I have like a soft spot for Softears, man. I love all their IEMs. Even the Cerberus, which is like completely overpriced, very relaxed IEM, but it's so well done, type of relaxing. The RS10 is also really good. The RSV, the Studio 4, the volume, legendary. I love Softears, man. I'm always excited for their new release, and I know with 100% certainty it's gonna be awesome. It might not be the best at each respective price every time, but it's gonna be awesome. at some level. Next is Moondrop, and Moondrop for me, man, it deserves legendary alone for leading the market for so long, you know, with the KXSS and even back in the Canon's Pro, KXSS, Starfield, Aria, and Blessing 2, Blessing 2 Dust, now Blessing 3 and variations. They have some very, very highly competitive model, even in today's highly competitive market. And they have IEMs in every price, man, and people are still talking about them today. I don't think I can put them in solid. I really don't think I can. Maybe legendary, but they have some questionable releases lately, like the LAN, the Stellaris, the DSP IEMs, but man, solid, legendary, solid, legendary. Legendary. I gotta respect the history. Legendary, legendary. Last but not least, Truthears. Truthears have all great models. The Ola, the Zero, the Hexa, also Project Red 2. All great releases. They're at least solid. I don't want to put them in legendary because I feel like legendary, you need to earn it. You need to be around for a while, and you know, Truthears is kind of a young buck still. So solid. High solid for sure. Maybe just below Dunu. I mean, they're easily gonna climb up to legendary if they release like 1 or 2 more really solid IEMs. There you go. That is the tier list. If you want to do this tier list yourself, I'll leave a link to it down below. Once you finish, you know, rearranging it for yourself, make sure to screenshot it, send it, you know, in Discord, share it online or something, you know, just have fun with it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters now. For the $9 tier, we have Bard, Chadwick, K, Norm, Robert, Sunirol, and $18 we have Dr. P, Go to 10, Kirk, Mason, Paul, and Sar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreon is down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and bye.